the ankles. That just provides the space to play golf underneath us and not around us, okay? Just when we sit back, everything starts getting a little bit out of sync. Now, here's the big thing. From the face-on view, Lynn always needs that little hip bump because for somebody especially who's moving laterally, that gives her the opportunity to turn and unwind around her lead leg and not have such a huge lateral shift that gets her hands overactive and never allows her upper body to get on top of her lead side and cover the golf ball. Okay, so what this does, it's kind of something that I brought this out for you today because I just thought, hey, what a good day to kind of, to illustrate a drill that would be really helping you. Straight back with the takeaway. This is big for you. She likes to get in here. And then when she gets in here, Lynn, when you get in here, the club lifts to the top this way, and then everything goes that way. This just helps you to go straight back, as you can see that. You then turn, just turn. That's the key for you. Just right here, a little turn. And you're just rotating in a way that avoids hitting any of this. And that's where it's gonna help you keep that butt back and pull your hands down underneath you. So when you get in here, I'm gonna walk you through it a couple more times and we're gonna start hitting some golf shots. Okay.
So this stays close to this.
Yeah, so what we're doing.
This is straight.
I know, yeah, this is like the multi-purpose. I brought this hand pat device out here for you for a reason.
Gadgets.
Think about this. We always work on staying centered. The
Right.
connecting piece to this is going to help you have a visual of not having your head move laterally when you're going back and through. Now, this line is big because we've always worked, your tendency is to get that takeaway a little behind you. So this is going to give you an ability to see your hands going straight back, getting that club really matching that line or parallel to it, and then turning to the top, as we always work on. Beautiful. But here's the big one for you. Here's the real big one for you. You're in that position right now, and you're wondering, how do I get my hands back to where they started and not out?
Right.
I want to see you work that. So Lynn's head would obviously be on the back end of the rod here because we're always setting up a little behind the golf ball. She has that great hip bump and a little spine angle there. So when she turns to the top, go ahead and turn to the top. Her big move is this. We want her to sway less this way. We want this hip to move back and her head to stay back and her hands to return back to that spot. Awesome right there. Now what that does is that gets this look. Hip back, hands ahead, which for somebody who is always going this way, that's just the opposite feeling, right? That's the opposite feeling. You can't have this hip moving up towards that line.
Yeah.
And you also can't have it moving laterally too much because both of those will close down the space between that alignment rod and your body and never allow your hands to get back there. So for people who hit the inside part of the club and they always wonder, why? You know, it's just a lot of times not staying in your spine angle when you rotate and staying centered while you do so. When we watched Tiger Woods swing back a long time ago, it was amazing how you'd see the left pocket would go back, but that left side would go straight down, right? And that kept the golfer in their spine angle and rotating it. So we have the staying centered. We have the straight back takeaway where I told you, keep that club down the line, and then missing this on the way down. Awesome. Great job, Lynn.
I like having this here.
It's good, yeah. And you know it's cool. And it's cool. What's cool about it is what you just did too. If you bump it, it was made to where this will come out. It won't hurt you, right? It's not a bad thing. But I would not recommend hitting balls in this regularly. We have some students do it with wedges slowly. But it's a great device to just keep around and practice the hand path. And why I say it, what we call it the hand path device, we just like to keep the hands straight back along it, not out, not away from it. Let the body turn the hands to the top, work them right back down, back to where they started. Okay, we have some little phrases that we've been using lately that we'll get the audience a little bit in on. Up the elevator rather than the escalator. That's a great one for her. You know, for somebody who's been taking that club back and getting a little pin behind you. I tell her to go up the elevator. Well, guess what? Not only does she hinge the club better straight up, but she gets her right elbow more in front of her, and all of a sudden it ends up here, and the arms get in front of her body better on the way through. So up the elevator today we're gonna start with, and hey, and this feeling coming down though.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted you to have. I wanted you to have up the elevator and then the feeling of missing that alignment rod coming down.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work that. It allows the player to break it down and say, hey, let's put my thoughts in order here. This is what I'm accomplishing in the backswing. This is the only thing I'm trying to accomplish in the through swing. And that would be up the elevator pause, and this engaging feeling that she knows what I'm talking about, the back of that left shoulder, back of that left arm. It's like you're pulling a rope down, right? I always say if you had a little like bungee cord or an elastic band, you put it in the top of a door frame and you close the door. You grabbed it, kind of put it on your left wrist, brought it down, boom, and that left side goes back and you pull down. There's a feeling that you're feeling back here on that left side. And I remember my mentor, Todd Sones, always told me that one of the most underestimated muscles in the human body for a right-handed golfer is that left tricep, back here. He told me that at a young age, and I understood that the older I got and the more I taught the game and the feeling that I have on the way down. So full pause,
Okay.
2 seconds, engage and try to feel the left side hit down. What a great golf swing. You can shot trace that, can't you?
Yes. What color do you want?
Yeah, what color do you want in the shot tracer?
We have options.
Yeah, there's options.
Blue for blue ribbon.
Oh, I like it. Thank you. When I tell you to really be aggressive and hit the ground and pull down, typically what you do is your hands drive more down closer to your body like that, and you compress the golf ball, and it's always center contact. Awesome swing. From here, and I always do this to you, right? Like I'm pushing you right there. I'm pushing that elbow in front of your body.
Yeah.
And I'm helping you feel like the back of that club. And you need to, as you do that, that left shoulder stays down, right? If I'm here, it feels like everything moves 45 degrees down into the golf ball. I think the world moves 45 degrees up away from it. And everybody's there through the ball. And my best players are, you watch them, and it's like everything just goes. And I want you to have that. That's why I put my elbow right in your elbow, and I'm pushing it down to help you feel that. And then if you can keep that left shoulder moving down with it. Oh, beautiful swing. Nice job, Lynn. Oh,
Here we are.
that was the best one of the day. This was the one that helped me the most when I was a kid. Hammer,
Yeah.
nail, hammer the nail. Exactly. And that really helped me get the compression I needed to. I still want you to set it, but I really want you to feel like that back of that left shoulder pulls that angle down.
Okay.
And you can hear that sound. It really, when she's taking practice swings, we're always imagining, like there's an imaginary line from her feet to the ball perpendicular. And every time she takes a practice swing, we're trying to always have that club bottom out over here and never hit the ground back here. So just the visual for the audience, just like this. You get in there, you have that straight line, and all I'm doing is I'm understanding where the low point of the swing is. I think that's important. Not a lot of people know that you're actually supposed to be hitting the down at the lowest point 4 inches past the golf ball. But watch the divot. Okay, and that was hit great. And that ball was probably right there, right? And that's something that, just the knowledge of that though, helps a lot of my students. I always tell my players, I never assume they know that, because I see a lot of helpers. Everybody's helping all the time. And there's a loft on this golf club that will help it for you. And that's where it takes that descending blow to get it. And when Lynn's in here, she has that visual, she gets in here, so everything she's doing, up the elevator, shoulder, arm, elbow, we're going down. She can at least have the visual trying to take the divot in front of the ball. Beautiful swing right there. Beautiful. One better than the next.
I knew that would be good too.
You did? You felt it?
Because at the top. My main thought on this.
Yeah, what is it?
It was keeping my left arm straight, keeping this set right here.
Good.
And that's huge for me.
Huge.
And then bringing it down. And then I feel confident. I know I've done this right. And then I feel more confident following through.
Really to pull that left side down though, okay? Up the elevator, nice and solid with the wrists. Yes, that was the best swing of the day. Best swing of the day. Seriously, best swing of the day. It was awesome. Loved it.
Felt good.
Yeah, we're good. We got some great points
Wow.
across there. We talked about the hand path device and how that can really help Lynn as far as visuals. You know, that's keeping the hands back straight, bringing them back down without moving up into it. She just really got the club up in a good spot. We worked hard this up the elevator feeling, setting and up the elevator with a solid wrist, and she nailed that today. She was doing much better at that today. And with that being said, she was more confident to then be able to make this next move, which for her with the irons, just still added effort to get that left shoulder down. Would you mind telling our audience, like, what was your handicap initially? Like, where did we start at?
Well, I had none.
Had
And I
none.
remember taking a clinic and they said, this is a ball, a golf ball, and why are there dimples on it? And I didn't know.
I love it.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I kept with it and took lessons, and it was very humiliating I couldn't imagine ever parring a hole to get my driver somewhere. And so I just kept with it, and here I am with